Brothers and sisters, what's going on, man? What we're going to talk about today is how everything is a pregame. Concept of this comes from the idea of momentum, right? So a lot of people will pregame at a house party before they go to the club because they want to drink for cheap, they want to socialize a little bit, and then they want to get a little buzz, get a little high, whatever, and then go to the club. We don't really do any of that stuff. By we, I mean me. You know, I'm not a drinker or smoker. Everyone has their vices, but those are not my choices. My vices of choice, right? And this is not a holier than thou video. Like, I don't smoke or drink, but I do. Everybody got their vices. I'm just gonna say that. So, my concept of everything is a pregame is everything is a warm up, right? Everything is taking you to the next thing, right? Like the night out that you have with your friends, like the night you have with your friends, you know, that's a pregame for a future night because you're using the reference experience from that first night for the next thing, right? The weekend trip you take with your friends is the pregame to determine if they become good roommates or not. The fact that you're about to go on a 2-week vacation with your future wife or your future husband is a pregame to test to see if they will be a good partner, because there's no way everything goes right 2 weeks in a row on an international trip. So let's talk about this from a social perspective, right? Like they say everything's a pregame. I guess I say everything's a pregame, and people are like, I don't understand. It's like, okay, so let's say you go to a place, like let's say you want to go out to a bar or a club, but you've never been there before, or it's like a very overstimulating environment for you, or you're an introvert. What you can do is you can go to a place that you know first, and then you end up at the bar or club. So you're starting here, and then you end up here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this first place, and this could be like your third place if you're comfortable at the gym, if coffee shop, comic book store, prayer, like whatever, right? Like for me, like I go to prayer, I socialize a lot. I'm very social there, and then I'll go out to the club after, right? Again, very wholesome time, I know. So you go to this environment where you know people, you have a little bit of status maybe, and you are very social there. You have a good time. You get your mouth moving. You relax. You kind of get out of your head. You feel comfortable in your own skin. And then when you go to the uncomfortable environment, what's going to happen is you're going to feel out of your head a little bit. You're going to feel in a social mood. You're going to feel less nervous. You're going to have more excitement instead of anxiety, which are both the same feeling, by the way. And in your body, your body thinks that whatever emotions and internal feeling that you have when you're feeling excited is the same internal feeling as anxiety. It's just up to you to how you want to perceive it, how you want your body to perceive it. So you go to let's say you go to the comic book store before, or like the game shop or whatever, right? You go somewhere and then you go out after. You're already in that social mood. You're building social momentum. You can also do this if you have a regular bar. If you're a regular anywhere, go there first and then go to the next place, right? There used to be a place in Uptown Dallas called Kung Fu Saloon. I think it still exists, but there's 3 bars: Kung Fu, Clutch, and Concrete Cowboy. So I'd always start the night off at Kung Fu. And the bouncer at the door, his name is Will, and he was a homie of mine, and we'd always just end up chatting for like 10 or 15 minutes outside, and then I'd go inside, play some video games, say hello to some of the bartenders, and then I would just, and also this place had free bottles of water, which was great, hydrate a little bit. And then I go to the next bar, and the next bar was Clutch. Knew like 3 of the door guys there, one of the bouncers and I were homies, so walk in there, socialize a little bit, boom, and then next spot. Next spot was the end of the night spot, Concrete Cowboy. And so from like 12:30 to 1:30, 2 a.m., that was the spot we hung out at. And we built all this social momentum, going from Kung Fu, talking to Will and the bartenders, getting water, hydrated, talking to some friends, playing video games, Jenga, all that stuff there, you know, easing up a little bit, and then going to Clutch, talking to some more homies. And then Clutch is like a very loud environment, right? It's a very high-paced social environment. You go there and then end up at Concrete Cowboy. It is the best way to build social momentum because you go from a familiar place to a little bit tougher place, and then a challenging, overstimulating place. Your game has to be on point, or else you're going to get blown out and rejected left and right. And even when my game was on point, even after I built that social momentum, you still get blown out. But the great thing about it is that night is great reference experience, and that night is a great warm-up for a future night. So take this little piece of advice and start going to places that you're familiar with before you go to places that you're unfamiliar with. If it's a hard environment to be out in for you, if you feel any type of nervousness or anxiety or overstimulation, go to somewhere where you are, where you know people, you like them, you trust them, and then go to the place after. But yeah, that's it for me, man. I hope you guys enjoy your next night out, and just remember, everything's a pregame. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.